Good
At the southern
afternoon.
part
For
of this
those of you
island,
that
just
do
in
not know me, my name is
1967,
Virgilia
recently,
Avad and I'm a
the
cancer
whole town
survivor.
was discovered
In this
buried under
occasion, I'm going
180
for a
feet of
ride
volcanic
in the
amis.
beautiful
When
island
that
of
discovery came into the
Santorini.
light, the news traveled the
Actually,
world rapidly.
I'm
Next
on my
morning,
way
all the
to
big
the
media of that time,
Atlantis
like
city,
CNN,
the
BBC, rushed on
lost
this island to
city.
cover that event.
So
What
I
did we
will
find
ask
there and
you,
shocked the
so
world?
if you have
And
not
till
subscribed to
today,
my
there are
channel, please
a
to do
few
so.
scholars,
And
philosophers,
so
archaeologists,
give me
and
a thumbs
plenty of
up, and then if you
conspiracy
like
theorists
this
that
information,
still believe
so
that if the
please
myth is real,
share
if
with
the
other
legend is true,
people.
that was
So
the
please
one.
stay
Which one?
tuned to
The
the
lost
end
city
that
of
you could
Atlantis,
see
just discovered in
the
Santorini in
Atlantic city,
1967.
the lost
Well, as an
city, that
archaeologist, I
so
will
there's a
disappoint you,
lot of
like all licensed
mystery
guides in
about it.
Greece, by telling it wasn't Atlantis, but definitely an advanced civilization far beyond its time. In 1967, and here in Santorini, we discovered the cradle of the Western civilization. At the end, I'm just going to give you all the pieces of a big puzzle that at the end you'll put back together. So, we found multi-story buildings preserved in impeccable condition. All of the houses were decorated with beautiful frescoes on the walls interiorly, huge massive frescoes. Under the paved streets, a public sewer system, clay pipes connecting the cesspool that each house had, carrying the waste, the effluent to the sea, and a water supply system. But the most impressive, you'll laugh with that, indoor toilets, lavatories, proper toilets which don't use your imagination like ours in the second or third floor. Only they were made out of stone and they didn't have a flush but they were emptying buckets of salt water. But with indoor plumbing, with a siphon and a sea sphinx, marketplaces, public buildings and many more. A city so similar with our cities and our settlements and our towns today. Only that city is 6,000 years old, older than time. That is the prehistoric town of Akrotiri. We're going to use restrooms there as soon as we get there, of course. We have to vote for everything. We're going to decide, you tell me, and I'll do it. And then we're going to head north to Ia. And it's a little blurry because of the African sand from the southern wind today. High humidity and African sand, Sahara sand, this combination increases the humidity and makes the atmosphere and the view a little blurry, a little hazy. But our second destination, at the very end, can you see the white houses at the northwestern part, isolated from the rest of the island? That's Ia. I know, it's written like Oia, O-I-A, but let's not start the Greek lessons today. We'll do that on your next visit, but trust me, we got 5 E's in the Greek language. One of them is the default O and I combined together, that's pronounced as E. But no matter how you call it, Ia or Oia, the views are there. What do I mean? Every time you Google, forget about Santorini, but Greece, and you add the word vacations, pictures from Ia will appear. You enter a travel agency seeking information for travel packages in Greece, even without coming to Santorini, they will still show you Ia. To promote Greece for everything, even for vegetables and fruit, for agricultural products, they will still show you pictures from Ia. White was plastered cave houses, hanging like grapes from the cliffs, blue dome churches, bell towers, mansion houses, ruins of old castles. All the pictures are taken from there. That's our second destination. I'm going to show you around and give you some free time to enjoy your privacy and get rid of me for a while. Take some pictures, get something to drink, and shopping, of course. Unique engineering, my dear friends. That's why the whole town of Ia has been declared by UNESCO as Global Heritage Monument, an engineering and architectural monument that, like Ia, there's nowhere else in the whole world. One of the most beautiful places in the world by far, iconic. Cave houses excavated on the cliffs of an active volcanic crater facing the sea. Well, that style doesn't exist anywhere else. After we enjoy Fira, the views will continue, only with changing cities. From Ia, we're going to head to Fira, the capital, also built on the cliffs, similar engineering and town planning like Ia. I promise you that the last second you step your foot on this island, you will retain these glorious views. We're gonna walk at the capital, Fira, and then we're gonna have lunch in a local taverna on the cliffs. There is actually also where the tour is going to end. I'm gonna show you where the cable car is. We're not coming back at Athenian Port, forget about Athenian Port, but you will be returning back to your cruise ship through the cable car and from the old port. The port which is built below Fira, the capital. It's just a dock, just a pier. You will use the cable car, I'll give you your tickets later on. And in 2 minutes you're downstairs at the old port, just 700 feet. And as soon as you exit, right there in front of you, on the pier, will be a Norwegian kiosk. Tent. Norwegian crew members and your tender boat back to your boat. So actually Norwegian is docked right in front of it. So in like 3 minutes you'll be back in your cruise ship. You don't have to do all this boat ride that you did earlier. Your last time is at 7:30, so you have time even to extend your staying after lunch. After I've shown you the entire town of Fira, you have time to extend your staying, take some pictures, do some shopping. After all the stores are on the main path that connects the whole town from one side to the other. The whole city stretches on the cliffs, like Ia. So at the end lies the cable car. Where are the stores? On the way to the cable car. You think the locals are naive? They have placed all the stores and shops right there. They ain't gonna let you go without shopping, not a chance. So my dear friends, but you know what? That's not the Greek mentality. The Greek mentality is not to rush things out. One thing at a time, no stress. Leave everything on me, you're on vacation. After all, one thing at a time. From one destination to the other one, I will inform you thoroughly and meticulously. Leave everything to me. For the moment being, we're going to the prehistoric town of Atlantis. A huge tick in your bucket list. But allow me before everything to orientate you. Where are we on the map? Since orientation to me is quite crucial. You need to know because the geographical location of Santorini set its seal to this island. Everyday life, culture, climate, economy, history, everything has to do with where we are on the map. Santorini is the southernmost island of the part of the chain of islands known as Cyclades or Aegean Islands. You know which other islands belong to the same chain? Mykonos, you know Mykonos, Paros, Naxos, Milos, Tinos, Sifnos, Folegandros, and many more super popular islands. But we're all the way south of the Aegean Sea. And the Aegean Sea is part of the wider Mediterranean Ocean, which means we're southeastern of the Mediterranean. How south we are? 60 nautical miles all the way straight is Crete, Creta, the biggest Greek island. And 200 miles further south is Africa. That's how south we are. Just 260 miles from Libya, the northern coast of Libya, which is the northern coast of Africa. And southeastern of the Mediterranean, which explains this phenomenon. It's an arid island, my dear friends. We have no fresh water on this island. We desalinate water. We have huge desalinization plants 24/7, 365 days per year. Diesel pumps pump water from the sea and turn it into tap water, which is not drinkable. We only drink bottled water. Limited agricultural products. The most famous is that one. As far as the eye stretches, you can see these low green plants wherever you look. Specifically here that we are south, which is the rural area where the most of the locals live. We are in this area of the map now. We just met there and we are here and we're heading to Akrotiri. And then we're gonna drive all the way to Ia. But in this area, as far as the eye gets, you can see these low green plants. And despite the fact that we have no water, the annual rainfall is maximum 20 days per year, maximum. Light rain for 20 to 30 minutes, that's it.
Wow.
That's the rain that we get.
Amazing.
It's an arid island with no running water, as we said, and limited rainfall. But when it's not windy, like today, or the wind is southern, humidity exceeds 90% like today.
That's amazing.
And it's still early. And as you can see, high humidity combined with African sun cause these humidity clouds, make it blurry, the atmosphere, and you can see far, it's not clear. But despite all that phenomenon, which is summer times hit, the highest temperature can reach here in Fahrenheit is 115. 115. Wow. The lowest in winter time 60 to 65. Mild winters and super hot summers. But we have agriculture. Why? First of all, these low green plants, let me be honest with you. When I first came here, I was born and raised in Athens. My parents' origin is from Sparta, a city in the mainland 100 miles south of Athens. So when I first came on this island, I had no clue what these plants were. When I saw them from far distance, I thought, oh right, these people have tomatoes and eggplants. But they weren't. When I approached much closer and I saw these plants close, I realized, oh my, these are vineyards, vines, grapes. Where I come from, they grow high on rails, planted close to each other, or on pergolas. We may have good friends on the bus from California, from Napa. Or maybe you've been to France, Spain, Italy, but no. Here, these are the most rare and ancient variety in the whole world. All of them, they're white grapes. The variety is Assyrtiko, PDO of Santorini, which means a designated product of origin that grows here and nowhere else in the world. That this variety has never been watered in their entire life. And we grow them close to the ground, and their vines form circles upon circles, basket vines by hand, an old technique that the old generation of winemakers knew how to do. The young doesn't. And the vines are twisted so interiorly to face inside in order for the leaves to cover the grapes, the white Assyrtiko grapes. So as I came in 2012, and as I was walking right here in the area of Akrotiri, I met an old gentleman holding a cane walking around, and I asked him, excuse me sir, why do you grow them like that? For two reasons, he replied. First reason, to protect them from the strong northern winds that were till yesterday. The winds usually so strong that you can't even stand in the Aegean Sea, which is beneficial because it cools down the island. But if they grow on rails, they will definitely break. So we have to keep them artificially close to the ground. Second reason, the soil itself. Do you know what is the soil, the type of soil that covers the whole island? This base dirt that you can see everywhere that covers the whole surface of Santorini. Pumice, volcanic ashes, it is. Also known as tephra or tuff, T-U-F. A strange material with so many abilities. One of them, the best organic fertilizer in the whole world, rich in minerals like iron and magnesium. What else? Pumice stone is a very porous stone that retains water as a sponge. So from the 20 days of annual rainfall and humidity from a day like this, all the water, or the early dew morning breeze that comes from the ocean, from the sea, all the water and humidity settles on the ground, absorbed by pumice, and remains then, is retained, accumulates in the ground and retained then for all time. But they have to grow close to the ground in order to absorb humidity and water from pumice. Also, they're not planted close to each other, but because since the roots don't go deep, but they spread. Assyrtiko, from these grapes we make a wine that bears the same name, PDO of Santorini. Assyrtiko, a full-body, crispy, stiff wine, a white dry wine that you're gonna love or you're gonna hate. So if you like your wine fruity, aromatic, easy to drink any time of the day, with the average volume of alcohol of 12.5 like all white dry wines, so well, forget about it, don't even bother trying it. If you like your wine to be kick in the head, here you are, with 14.5 plus volume of alcohol, no aromas but intense minerality, since it grows on volcanic soil. High acidity, it's a little acidic wine, we'll see why in a while, and high salinity, well, here you are. A kick in the head, 14.5 plus volume of alcohol, and the most beautiful caldera in the whole world on your right. Caldera is a Spanish origin word that means cooking pot or casserole. Comes from the word caldron. In front of us, that's Akrotiri. That's the village that locals still live. The prehistoric town of Akrotiri is on the left, is buried, is underground. There is a bioclimatic roof. We don't have to walk under the sun. And that's the medieval fortified town, only 300 years old, that locals still live. But that's the village of Akrotiri ahead of us, the caldera of Santorini. Santorini is a part of 5 islands. The mainland, like a half cylinder, as you see the map in front of me, like an arch. On the rear left side, that is Thirasia Island, where a few white houses are built on the top. 300 people live there. And on the rear and left side, a white island, uninhabited. Over there, a part of pumice stone. So these three islands, the white one, Thirasia, and the mainland, form a circle, as you witness on the map above me. The 5 islands of Santorini. We are a chain of islands, 5 islands, the mainland, Thirasia, and the white island, Aspronisi. The exact translation is the white island, Aspronisi. So these 3 islands form a circle, like a harbor, like a closed lagoon, encircling the sea. The center of it is a massive, active volcanic crater known as the Caldera of Santorini, a global heritage monument by UNESCO, a geological monument that lies on the same list like Grand Canyon, Niagara Falls, Yellowstone. Only this one is flooded with water and the volcano is still active, dormant. The volcano lies below us. I saw a Norwegian entering the caldera earlier, and I assumed that some of you were on the deck watching the view. Others were having breakfast, shower, getting ready for their excursion. And you saw the 2 black volcanic islands, these right here. And you said, look, you raise your arm, stretch your finger. That's the volcano. Really? That's the actual volcano? No, it's not. The real volcano is the whole island. These are just the whole caldera. This is the caldera, the circle, the cliffs that encircle the sea. So these 2 volcanic islands are just the peaks of an underwater lava mountain that extends over a mile underwater, created not simultaneously but a slow procedure after 7 eruptions through the course of centuries. Horses, donkeys and mules, a horse farm. We still breed these poor beasts of burden, not for the touristic reasons, for the donkey rides or the horseback riding, or people to take pictures. No, not at all. We use them every day. Construction, agriculture, moving ourselves like taxis. You'll see where the houses are built. Things that you consider standard or granted don't apply here. You have to walk a huge distance from where you park your car or to go to your house. So when you go back to from grocery from the supermarket or from a trip, you need to have a donkey or a mule as a pet to carry your luggage, to carry your grocery, and the 6-pack bottle of water. So this is the prehistoric town. I'm going to park here during the whole time of the tour. You can leave, if you wish of course, your personal belongings in the van. They're safe and sound here and in here. When it's time to leave the van once and for good, I'll let you know. But for the moment being, we have to visit the town. We can have a restroom break at the beginning. We'll discuss, we'll see how you feel, or at the end. The duration is approximately 1 hour and 10 minutes of the tour. Here we are. Thank you so much. Cremating every year in a range of miles. Pumice, volcanic gases were found in Greenland, in England, in Egypt, in Syria, in Israel, scattered all over the world, changed the world. In the entire Mediterranean, after that eruption, it was winter for years. Nothing could survive. Like a post-apocalyptic horror movie, I would say. So my dear friend, before we get started, I have prepared for you a 3-minute video to see the creation of Santorini, the movie, and millions of years until today, fast and efficient. On the top left, you will see a backwards countdown. Nothing but sea. Do we have friends from California? Because now they will understand the following. This place is a seismogenic, Santorini is a seismogenic island, sensitive to earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. We're situated just above the point zero, with the two tectonic plates, the African and the Eurasian, collide below us. Santorini is situated just above where the Earth's crust crashes, meets. The snappy volcano lies below us, and the tectonic plate. So after consecutive earthquakes, we see the big parts of land slowly emerging, rising from the bottom of the sea, until we reach 30,000 years ago, when the round South Island appears from nowhere. Santorini, the round South Island, 30,000 years ago. Again, same procedure after consecutive earthquakes and eruptions, big parts of land collapse, and the sea takes back a big part of the land as the land reduces until a big earthquake breaks the land there, lets the water in, creating the Gulf of Santorini, flooding it with water, almost the caldera as it is today. And that's when the volcano that was meant to destroy Santorini emerged. This is Santorini in the 4th millennium BC. And this is how Plato described Atlantis in his book Republic. He described it as an island apart out of control. Always the gods to be blamed. The wrath of gods. There was no nature, just gods, gods, gods. And Plato did what? Believe in gods. Here,
Aquí vemos algunas de las estructuras que son los escombros que han quedado de la ciudad perdida, y como le dije al principio de este video, están localizadas en la isla de Santorini en Grecia, y pues es realmente un museo. Y pues cuando uno va, pues si vas en un barco, está incluido en el paquete si uno compró la excursión, y si no, pues es un museo que realmente uno tendría que pagar por ello. Pero es un museo enorme, porque imagínense, es una gran ciudad, como puede ver. Nosotros estamos dentro de la ciudad, pero tenemos acceso a muy pocas cosas allá. De todos modos, agradezco sinceramente que haya podido llegar hasta aquí con este video. Le agradezco si es tan amable. Si se suscribes a mi canal, me regalas un like. Cheque por favor otros videos que tengo. Realmente este fue un viaje muy interesante, porque fue un viaje de unos 12 días, 11 días, 12 días. Y pues realmente hay mucho más que ver. Y pues gracias otra vez por suscribirse a mi canal, y quédese hasta el final para que complete de ver este video. Si decides hacer esta excursión, si alguna vez viajas a Santorini, Grecia, asegúrese de que cargue con usted mucha agua. Yo realmente tenía unas 40 onzas de agua en un termo que mantenía el agua bien fresca, porque en este museo, precisamente en ese museo, ahí no hay aire acondicionado para nada. Imagínense, es una ciudad perdida. Si ve esos escombros, toda esa cosa que ve ahí, esos son las edificaciones a ese estilo cuando construyeron en esa ciudad, y pues realmente es súper caluroso.